Hello and welcome to a very special Gundam Battle Operation 2 featuring the Gouf Custom, or the MS-07B-3. The Gouf Custom is a modification of the MS-07B, or Gouf, a unit that was meant to originally replace the Zaku 2 as the main unit on Earth for the Zeonic forces, or at least their ground forces. However, the unit suffered from a number of shortcomings, be it its fixed weaponry, being the finger-mounted weapons, the heat rod in its other arm, and the fact that it didn't really have any mid to long range firepower or capabilities. The Gouf Custom was an attempt to fix that by removing almost all of the internal weaponry and replacing it with more flexible equipment. Effectively, it was a very capable unit, as you'd see in the 8th MS team, piloted by Norris Packard, a fairly well-known ace. It's a pretty big improvement overall when it comes to the Gouf and what it was capable of, but wasn't enough by the time the Dom was already existing and the tide of the war turning. In game, it's a 350 cost and up ground only raid. It has at the base form, a ballistic resistance of 19, a beam resistance of 14, a melee resistance of 23, a range strength of 23, which is pretty nice, and a melee strength of 20. A movement speed of an impressive 135 for its cost, and a thrust gauge of 70, the plus ones for the modifications. For close range, for parts, it has close range of 14, medium of 9, and long range of 4. And I believe this is the unmodified one. So let's go ahead and go to its equipment. We have the Gatling shield. So the shield had this Gatling put on it to increase its mid-range firepower. It does about 120 fire or damage. It has 80 shots, 250 range. I feel like they could safely put this up to 300 without it being a problem. And it has a 10-second cooldown. We have the Heat Sword Modified, which does 2,200 damage. There's about a 3-second cooldown, but you can get a couple hits in there and do some pretty impressive things with it. Then replacing the Heat Rod, we get the Heat Rod Enhanced. Now, unlike the Heat Rod, it can't hit in different directions. It will simply fire forward, and it will cause a pretty big stagger and does about 1,600 damage. Now, replacing the finger guns, we have the 3-barrel Gatling cannon, which is mounted on the left arm just under the shield. In the show, or in the universe, when the Gatling itself, the main weapon of the unit, is done, it drops that, and then it deploys this, which is just mounted just under the shield. It does 100 damage a shot. There's 30 shots, 180 range. I think they could have just pumped that up to 200 and it'd been fine. About a 6-second reload. And of course, we have a medium-sized shield, which is not bad. For skills, we have High Performance Balancers, Melee Combo Controller Level 2, Maneuver Armor Level 2, Leg Shock Absorber Level 2, Assault Booster Level 2, Anti-Blast Stabilizer, Power Accelerator Level 2, and Shield Break Mastery. Honestly, there's not a lot of things besides just little complaints about range that I feel this unit could theoretically use. Now, the one I think it could, and it's the only one I think that it really has any need of in the current game, is perhaps a dodge roll. That's about all I could think of, other than a couple range increases, and it's a still really well performing suit. So let's see how it does in the match to come.
Hello and welcome to the match, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic beginning of the week, and honestly, this is an interesting little situation battle. It's recreating the one which, well, Norris Packard took part in. So it's an interesting little match, and let's see how we're gonna do in this. I'm a little rough to begin with because I haven't used the Gouf Custom in a while. I'm quite a fan of the Gouf series overall, but I hadn't used this one in a bit, and I completely forgot how the wire at the time worked. So I have a couple misfires, but I'm going to move over here. I'm going to team up with this guy. I'm just going to hang out for a minute while he captures C. I was hoping someone would move forward, so I'm going to go ahead and be aggressive and move up with one here. He's setting up, so I want to take a little bit of a look, and I see the gun cannon, who's going to move over here a little bit, and I see some guys over, so I'm going to slip over here. I'm going to move up in support of the Dom, and I'm going to try to trip him up with the Gatlings at range, but I detect a support, so I'm going to go ahead and split off. I'm going to drag him over here, and I don't know what he was doing, but I'm going to completely whiff my wire and then go for the sword. Going to fall off. The Dom's going to get busy with them at the moment. I'm going to come in, catch him with the sword again, knock him down. We're going to hit him with the wire. We're going to explosion next to us, or no, it's going to be the support. And we're going to come in, give the support a whack. But we're going to have a little bit of a problem because they are really congested. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what all decent raids do. I'm going to try to chase down the support, but we're going to get cut down. Like I said, rough start. So we're going to spawn here over by B, in between B and C. And we're going to go ahead and jump over to try to support our guy fighting here. We're going to move up the ramp, deploy the Gatling. We're just going to try to build up as much as we can. Come in, smack-a-rooney him twice. We're going to get the kill there, surprisingly. And we're going to come in, and we're just going to keep kind of badgering him. The gun cannon is going to be a massive pain in the ass. And we're not going to really get a lot of time to go after him, because he is going to constantly get kind of babied, but we're going to take him out there. Gonna catch the easy 8, knock him down. We're gonna be a little bit careful as we put a little bit of extra hurt on his leg, and I see there's a artillery coming in, so I was trying to back off. I don't know why my guys are being so determined. They should have known there was going to be some artillery fire, but we at least take him out. And I'm gonna turn, and I'm gonna look to see what 4 and 5 are doing. I'm trying to juggle between my teammates as I see someone spawned in at A. And I'm going to come in. I'm going to go right for this guy, catch him with the melee, knock him down, go to the wire, try to build up some of the extra, get the destruction of that unit done. We're going to move around. We're going to miss on the wire again, but doesn't matter. Come in, get a lockup. Try to charge in, finish him off with that, protect our guy. Now, I'm not sure what the other two guys are doing, but they're both out of their suits. So, I'm trying to flip around and do what I can to help my guys. They're going to call that in. I see C is being taken, so I decide that I'm going to go take a little bit of a yonder over here, and I see the easy 8. So, I'm going to try to engage him with some melee. He's going to charge into me, get that melee off. We're going to go ahead and just come back in on him. We're not going to do as much damage as we want, but I'm going to work his legs over a tad as I come over here. Try to drag him in front of my guys. Flip over. I was hoping that the support was the one that was up here, but it's just a big GM head. We're going to go ahead and charge into him. We're going to get pursued and killed again. So we're going to spawn in at D. Our team is really, really standoffish. And I'm going to try to come in and support 5 as much as I can. Going to deploy the shield. We're going to go ahead and just take him out. Come in, catch him with the tip of that, knock him down. We're going to go right for the smoke, catch him with that slide swipe, and get him. We're going to add a little bit of damage, but miss it. And then we're going to bail out here because 2-on-1 is not a fight style I want to go with. I'm going to miss on that, get knocked over, didn't do too much damage, and I'm going to get pushed by the other guy. They're playing at a game of spacing one another apart. It's a losing game for me, so I'm going to go ahead and just come through here, and I'm going to get hit by that shot. Pretty good on him. But I'm going to keep backing up. I'm going to go right into the charge, knock him down, take a big old chunk of damage off him, not get that wire shot, and then we're going to catch him with counter, give him a little bit of a wickety whack. And we know this guy's going to come in too, so we're going to go ahead and charge out and use that to our advantage in terms of getting that. Then we're going to charge right into another, take him down, but he's not dead yet, jeez. And get artillery. So we have 1 health. We're going to switch over to the Gatling. We're going to work him over, take him down. And, oh boy, talk about a bit of a situation. Unfortunately, I have 1 health on the unit, and I'm not going to last long, but I see 4's up to... What is 4 doing? I don't know what 4's doing, but a guy spawns in right next to me. He is going to target me no matter what I do. So I'm going to try to drag them into this artillery fire. And fortunately get messed up by the building. And here we go. I did get some damage on it. So I'm going to spawn in at the home base. My team is scattered apart and are getting ripped to pieces because they insisted on... making it easy for the other team to rip them apart. I'm going to come in, try to get some badgering. I wanted to come in on this support. I'm going to catch him with this, get him with that. Unfortunately, there's so many that I should have committed to the sword, and they're all going to effectively jump on me because they're all cowards. But it's a way to win. So, how did we do? Well, we didn't win, I'll tell you that. Guys, stop spreading apart. We got all the board spots. And first place. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.